There are books that change the course of literature, and then there are books that change the course of history. 1984 by George Orwell is a rare gem that did both. This is not mere hyperbole. Orwell's dystopian masterpiece has had a profound and lasting impact on both literature and society. It didn't just shape the dystopian genre, it practically birthed it, introducing us to a world where freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength, and war is peace. But its influence extends beyond literature. It has seeped into political discourse, giving us a language to describe and critique authoritarian regimes. Phrases like "Big Brother is watching" and "thought crime" have become part of our common vernacular, and its popularity endures. Decades after its publication, it continues to be read, studied, and revered. Its relevance is undiminished, its warnings unheeded. In the annals of literature, few books have left an enduring legacy as 1984. The year was 1948, a time when the world was grappling with the aftermath of World War II and the onset of the Cold War. Amidst this global turbulence, George Orwell began penning what would become one of the most influential novels of the 20th century, 1984. Orwell, a staunch critic of totalitarian regimes, drew heavily from his personal experiences and political beliefs. His time in the Spanish Civil War and his observations of Stalinist Russia deeply influenced his depiction of a dystopian society under the crushing weight of a totalitarian regime. Orwell's 1984 was initially met with a mix of awe and apprehension. The grim portrayal of a future where individual freedom is trampled by an omnipresent surveillance state was a chilling wake-up call. Critics admired Orwell's courage and foresight, while others feared the bleak future he predicted. 1984 emerged as a mirror to the world's darkest fears, a chilling prophecy of a dystopian future. 1984 was not just a book, it was a cultural revolution. With its publication, George Orwell didn't merely offer a compelling narrative, he stirred the world's consciousness, leaving an indelible mark on popular culture, language, and thought. From the very corridors of our vocabulary in 1984 has introduced us to terms that have now become part of our everyday parlance. Big Brother, a symbol of oppressive surveillance, is a term that's ubiquitously used to describe any entity that oversteps its bounds in observing or controlling people's actions. Thought crime, a term for illegal thoughts, has become emblematic of the suppression of free expression and dissenting ideas. And then there's newspeak, the manipulated language designed to limit freedom of thought, which has come to represent any attempt at controlling or distorting information. However, the cultural impact of 1984 extends beyond the realm of language. It has permeated the world of films, music, and literature, inspiring countless works with its chilling vision of a dystopian future. Whether it's the haunting portrayals of totalitarian regimes in films, the lyrical protests against surveillance in music, or the dystopian narratives in literature, the influence of 1984 is unmistakable and profound. But perhaps the most significant role 1984 played was in sparking crucial debates about privacy, surveillance, and government control. It forced us to question the extent to which we are willing to surrender our freedoms for the promise of security. It made us ponder over the fine line between governance and control, between surveillance and invasion of privacy. It pushed us to confront the uncomfortable truth about the potential dangers of unchecked power. Indeed, 1984 was more than just a dystopian novel. It transformed from a piece of literature into a cultural touchstone, a mirror held up to society, reflecting its flaws and excesses. It became a constant reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, a cautionary tale that continues to resonate with us even today. 1984 transformed from a dystopian novel to a cultural touchstone, a constant reminder of the dangers of unchecked power. More than 7 decades later, 1984 continues to resonate with readers around the world. This masterpiece by George Orwell has carved its place in the annals of literature, leaving an enduring legacy that's as relevant today as it was at the time of its publication. The themes of privacy, surveillance, and the power of the state, explored in the book, seem to echo in our digital age. As our society grapples with these very issues, Orwell's cautionary tale serves as a stark reminder of what's at stake. The book's popularity never seems to wane, but rather it surges during times of political unrest. It's as if each new generation rediscovers 1984, finds its own truths in it, and in doing so keeps Orwell's vision alive. In a world that often feels eerily similar to Orwell's dystopia, 1984 remains a powerful beacon of warning and hope,